surreal, doesn't it? I mean, you must all be aware of that.
Yeah, no, I definitely am. Proclaimer's musical, Scottish musical, not like mainly. It's a strange mix, and I think Dexter's done a wonderful job of kind of pulling all the different elements together. I mean, it's quite gritty in some ways, but then it's also a musical, and so it needs to be uplifting and happy. And so I think it therefore has a danger of kind of things falling in between, or it kind of has the opposite effect and lifts them up, and it sort of does the latter.
What's it like having to do this sort of film on set? Because I guess it can transcend into fits of giggles and things, musicals sometimes.
Yeah, it does sometimes. It does. I mean, it was just a really lovely vibe on set. I mean, Dexter's got a huge energy and wonderful sort of like vibrancy to him that kind of sets the bar pretty high, and he wouldn't let anyone ever go below that, and you would never want to go below that. So I mean, it worked perfectly for the film.
Let's talk about the Proclaimers' music over there. What is it about that works so well? You know, I guess it's all about the script and how they were structured into a story.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know a huge amount of Proclaimers' music before we started, and so I think that the fact that I didn't have a massive connection with the original meanings of the songs meant that appropriating the lyrics to what we were trying to say was a little bit easier. But I think they work just because the songs themselves stand up, you know. They're real strong kind of anthems and folk songs, essentially, sung in a really guttural way, and so I think there's so much feeling behind them. We just kind of appropriated them for what we wanted.
And the Scottish accents in the film?
Yeah. No, I mean, it wasn't too bad. I had a job beforehand where I had to do Scots, a lot similar East Coast, not quite Leith, but on the East Coast. And so I had sort of been practicing for a couple of weeks beforehand. So yeah, that set me in good stead.
It's always funny the subtle differences, isn't it? Because you kind of got to nail not just the Scottish, but the region.
Yeah. I mean, I must say I went sort of more let's get Scottish first before we do the region. But that's I had no idea. I mean, it's like England, such a small country. The variation in accents from east to west, north to south is huge. So.
And where would you pitch this to people? I mean, is it kind of like a modern day Greece or something?
I think closer to the Commitments, probably. It's that kind of cultural, regional vibe, really. So I'd say the Commitments. I mean, there's a sort of full Monty element to it as well. It's not a sort of. There's obviously strong parallels to be drawn, but it isn't as much a Mamma Mia as I think it is more a kind of Commitments full Monty.
So, things good for you at the moment. You got another film out as well.
Yeah. There's a film called How I Live Now, and another Scottish film called For Those in Peril coming out. So it's all good. I mean, it's been great. It's been a sort of busy month while they all come out, and yeah, I mean, hopefully they all go down well. So.
Excellent. They all come out at the same time.
Yeah, it's weird. It's literally on the same day. It's crazy. So yeah, it's mad. I think.
It's the guy again.
Yeah, it's popping up everywhere.
Okay, great to see you.
Cool.